You want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
What if I told you that one of Hollywood's most beloved actors, the man who made us laugh, cry, and believe in hope itself, was once a struggling kid who felt completely invisible? This is the untold story of Tom Hanks. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why his journey is one of the most inspiring in film history. And quick question before we dive in, what's your favorite Tom Hanks movie? Forrest Gump, Castaway, or maybe Saving Private Ryan? Drop it in the comments, I'll be checking. Long before the Oscars, the blockbuster roles, and the billions at the box office, Tom Hanks was just a shy kid born in Concord, California in 1956. His childhood wasn't easy. His parents divorced when he was only 5 years old, and Tom found himself constantly moving, switching schools, and struggling to fit in. Instead of sports or popularity, Tom found comfort in something else: storytelling. He'd spend hours alone, watching plays, imagining scenes, and slowly building a world where he finally felt he belonged. But here's the twist: nobody saw it in him yet. To his teachers, he was just quiet. To his classmates, he was forgettable. No one could have guessed this boy would someday become America's favorite leading man. But everything changed the moment Tom discovered the stage. And that one decision, to step into the spotlight, would set him on a path that would forever change cinema. Tom's life took a turn when he stumbled into a high school drama class. At first, it was just curiosity, but then something clicked. For the first time, he felt alive in front of an audience. Acting wasn't just a hobby, it was a lifeline. He poured himself into the craft, rehearsing endlessly, studying scripts, and learning how to transform his quiet energy into something magnetic. His dedication earned him a scholarship to study theater at California State University, Sacramento. But here's the thing: Tom wasn't the most talented actor in the room. He wasn't the most confident either. What set him apart was his relentless work ethic. He showed up, he kept pushing, and that hunger to improve became his secret weapon. Have you ever had a moment where you realized, this is what I'm meant to do? That's what acting was for Tom. Let me know in the comments what that moment was for you. I'm curious how many of us have felt that spark. Still, raw passion wasn't enough. Tom needed a break, and it came in the most unexpected way. A summer internship at a small theater festival would put him face to face with the opportunity that changed everything. In the late 1970s, Tom was still chasing his dream, performing in small stage productions and barely making ends meet. Then he got the chance to intern at the Great Lakes Theater Festival in Cleveland. It wasn't glamorous. He painted sets, carried props, and did whatever backstage work was needed. But Tom didn't care. He was soaking in every detail of the craft. And when an actor dropped out of a performance, Tom stepped in. For the first time, people saw his raw talent on display. That small moment led to bigger ones. He caught the attention of theater directors who encouraged him to push further. By the early 1980s, he was auditioning for television. And then came the show that would change his life, Bosom Buddies. It was a quirky sitcom where Tom had to dress as a woman just to land an apartment with his roommate. Silly? Yes. But it showcased Tom's comedic timing and his undeniable charm. Suddenly, he wasn't invisible anymore. Quick fun question. Do you remember the first time you ever saw Tom Hanks on screen? Was it comedy or drama? Share it below. I'd love to see which generation of Tom Hanks movies you grew up with. But sitcom fame only takes you so far, and Tom Hanks wanted more than to be a TV clown. What he didn't know was that his leap into film would come with skyrocketing highs and devastating lows. In 1984, Tom landed his first major film role in Splash, a romantic comedy about a man who falls in love with a mermaid. It was lighthearted, funny, and a box office hit. Overnight, Tom became a rising star. More roles followed. Comedies like Bachelor Party, Volunteers, and The Money Pit. Hollywood started typecasting him as the goofy, likable everyman. And while it paid the bills, Tom felt something was missing. By the late 1980s, cracks began to show. Movies like The Burbs and Turner and Hooch didn't capture the magic of his earlier success. Critics began whispering that maybe Tom was just another passing fad, someone who'd fade out of Hollywood before ever leaving a mark. And here's the kicker. Tom felt it too. He later admitted that during this time, he feared his career might never reach its full potential. It's wild to think about now, right? Imagine Hollywood almost giving up on Tom Hanks. Have you ever been underestimated when people thought you didn't have what it takes? If so, type yes in the comments. You're not alone, and neither was Tom. But just when it seemed like his career might stall out, Tom made a bold choice that would redefine everything. A single role was about to take him from funny guy to one of the most respected actors of his generation. That turning point came in 1988 with Big. Tom played a 12-year-old boy who magically wakes up in the body of an adult. The role was risky. Childlike innocence in a grown man's body could have come off ridiculous, but Tom played it with such heart, humor, and authenticity that audiences fell in love instantly. The performance earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Suddenly, Tom wasn't just a comedian, he was a serious actor with incredible range. Big wasn't just a hit, it was a revelation. Hollywood realized that Tom Hanks could carry both comedy and drama, and do it in a way that felt real. If you've ever seen Big, you'll know what I mean. That iconic piano scene in FAO Schwartz? Pure movie magic. Let me know, do you think Big is still one of his best performances? But as Tom's star rose, so did the pressure. And with every new role, the stakes got higher. What came next would push him to the absolute limits and prove whether he was destined for greatness or just another Hollywood flameout. The 1990s marked a new chapter for Tom Hanks. Gone were the days of typecasting. Now he was taking on roles that demanded depth, vulnerability, and raw human emotion. In 1993, he starred in Philadelphia, a groundbreaking film about a lawyer battling both AIDS and discrimination. It was one of the first mainstream Hollywood movies to confront the AIDS crisis head-on. Tom threw himself into the role, losing weight, studying the mannerisms of real patients, and carrying the emotional weight of the story with heartbreaking honesty. The result? His first Academy Award for Best Actor. Overnight, Tom Hanks was no longer just a star, he was an artist. And he wasn't done. The very next year, he starred in Forrest Gump, the tale of a simple man with a kind heart who accidentally witnesses and shapes some of the greatest moments in American history. The role was iconic. From Life is Like a Box of Chocolates to Running Across the Country, Tom created a character that was both timeless and unforgettable. And for the second year in a row, he took home the Oscar for Best Actor. Here's a quick challenge. Drop your favorite Forrest Gump quote in the comments. I guarantee this section will be filled with some of the most memorable lines in film history. 2 Oscars, back to back. Most actors dream of winning once. But now Tom faced an even bigger question. How do you keep climbing when you've already reached the top? After Philadelphia and Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks had something rare in Hollywood: trust. Audiences didn't just like him, they believed in him. In the mid-1990s, he starred in Apollo 13, retelling NASA's infamous mission where astronauts were stranded in space. The film wasn't just thrilling, it was patriotic, inspiring, and deeply human. Once again, Tom was at the center of a story that made people feel hope. Then came Saving Private Ryan. Directed by Steven Spielberg, this wasn't just another war movie. It was a brutal, unflinching look at the cost of World War II. Tom's performance as Captain Miller was understated but powerful, embodying courage, sacrifice, and quiet leadership. Critics called it one of the greatest war films ever made. Audiences wept. Veterans said it captured the reality of combat like no movie before it. At this point, Tom Hanks wasn't just a movie star. He had become something bigger, a cultural symbol of integrity, strength, and humanity. If you could only pick one, Apollo 13 or Saving Private Ryan, which do you think defines Tom Hanks best? I'm curious to see which side wins in the comments. But Tom wasn't content with just acting. Behind the camera, he was preparing to surprise the world yet again with a new chapter in his career that no one saw coming. In the late 1990s, Tom Hanks decided to take a risk, stepping into the director's chair. His debut film, That Thing You Do, told the story of a small-town band chasing fame in the 1960s. It wasn't a blockbuster, but it showed that Tom had storytelling instincts far beyond acting. At the same time, he began producing, teaming up with Steven Spielberg on the miniseries Band of Brothers and The Pacific. These projects weren't just entertainment, they were history lessons, preserving the stories of real soldiers for future generations. And let's not forget, he became the voice of Woody in Toy Story, a simple animated film that turned into a cultural phenomenon, launching one of the most beloved franchises in history. Woody's voice, warm, funny, and sincere, was pure Tom Hanks. Suddenly, Tom wasn't just shaping Hollywood through performances, he was shaping entire generations. Here's a fun one. Are you more of a Woody fan or a Buzz Lightyear fan? Drop your answer below. Let's settle this once and for all. But as the 2000s rolled on, Tom faced a new challenge. Could he stay relevant in a rapidly changing Hollywood where superhero movies and CGI spectacles were taking over? The new millennium brought new challenges for Tom Hanks. Hollywood was shifting. Big-budget franchises, superheroes, and CGI-heavy blockbusters were taking over. Could an actor known for heartfelt dramas still shine in this new landscape? Tom answered that question with versatility. In Castaway 2000, he carried nearly the entire film alone, stranded on an island with nothing but silence and a volleyball named Wilson. It was raw survival, stripped down to the bone. His performance earned another Oscar nomination and reminded the world of his unmatched range. Then came The Da Vinci Code and its sequels, global thrillers based on the best-selling novels. These weren't his usual character-driven dramas, but they proved Tom could still command massive box office success in an era dominated by spectacle. Meanwhile, he continued lending his voice to Woody in the Toy Story sequels, each one beloved by both kids and adults. By now, Tom Hanks wasn't just an actor, he was a permanent part of popular culture. If you had to choose between Tom Hanks in Castaway or Tom Hanks in The Da Vinci Code, which one gets your vote? Let's see how divided the comments get. But Tom wasn't done evolving. In the 2010s, he would prove once again that age was just a number, and his ability to inspire audiences was stronger than ever. In his 50s and 60s, when most actors begin to fade from leading roles, Tom Hanks only sharpened his craft. He starred in Captain Phillips, the true story of a cargo ship hijacked by Somali pirates. His final monologue, shaking, traumatized, and broken, was hailed as one of the most powerful performances of his career. Then came Sully, where he played Captain Chesley Sullenberger, the pilot who miraculously landed a plane on the Hudson River. Once again, Tom embodied quiet heroism, showing that not all heroes wear capes, some wear uniforms and carry immense responsibility. And in 2019, he took on the role of Mr. Rogers in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. For many, it felt like perfect casting, America's most trusted actor playing America's most trusted TV host. The performance wasn't just a role. It was a gentle reminder of kindness in a world that often forgets it. Out of these later performances, Captain Phillips, Sully, or A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which one touched you the most? I can't wait to see the answers. And yet, Tom Hanks' story isn't just about movies. It's about the man behind the camera, the quiet lessons his life teaches us, and why his name carries more weight than fame alone. Behind the Hollywood spotlight, Tom Hanks has lived a life defined by humility. While other celebrities flaunted wealth, Tom stayed grounded. He's known to ride public transport, strike up conversations with strangers, and show up to weddings or graduations when invited by fans. His marriage to actress Rita Wilson has lasted for decades, rare in the chaos of Hollywood. Together, they've faced illness, challenges, and success with grace and loyalty. Tom has also quietly supported countless charities, from children's hospitals to veterans' causes. But he doesn't seek attention for it, because for him, kindness isn't a performance, it's who he is. Here's something I'd love to hear from you. If you met Tom Hanks for 5 minutes, what would you ask him? Drop your answers in the comments. Maybe someone out there will get that chance one day. And so, after decades of unforgettable performances, awards, and cultural impact, the question remains, what is Tom Hanks' true legacy? Tom Hanks' legacy is bigger than box office numbers or golden statues. He represents something rare in Hollywood: trust, integrity, and humanity. His films have made us laugh, cry, and think. From Forrest Gump running across America, to Woody reminding us that you've got a friend in me, to Captain Miller leading his men in the chaos of war, Tom Hanks has given us characters that feel like family. But beyond the roles, his story is about resilience, about a shy boy who found confidence on stage, about a struggling actor who refused to give up, about a man who rose to the very top while never losing his humility. So I'll leave you with this. What does Tom Hanks mean to you? Is he your favorite actor? Did one of his films change the way you see the world? Share your story in the comments. I'll be reading them all. This has been the journey of Tom Hanks, the actor, the storyteller, the everyman who became a legend. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the icons of film, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Because next time, we'll uncover the rise of another star whose path to greatness is just as unbelievable.